Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 5:30 News on KPAX, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, I'm Jill Valley.
And I'm Dennis Bragg. St. Regis School in Mineral County was evacuated this afternoon because of a bomb threat.
Law enforcement and a bomb-sniffing dog are en route to the school right now. Superintendent Joe Steele says the note was found in the school locker room this afternoon.
About 4:15 today, a note was discovered written on a dollar bill left in the locker room. It was brought to our attention, brought to administration. And at that point, we made the decision to secure the building. Luckily, most of our students were gone for the day anyway. The note claims there's a bomb here, so law enforcement's been called.
Steele says students involved with athletics and after-school activities were promptly evacuated to the community center where parents have been asked to pick up their students. We'll keep you updated on any new developments on this threat. Republican senators are pushing forward with their latest plan to repeal and replace Obamacare. The proposed plan from Senators Bill Cassidy and Lindsey Graham would give states, instead of the federal government, more flexibility on how to provide health care for their citizens.
The question is, at what cost? MTN's Kent Lutzen spoke with Senator John Tester earlier this afternoon on his thoughts of this last-ditch effort to repeal the Affordable Care Act. Kent?
Dennis, Jill, under a procedural rule, Republicans only need 50 votes to pass this new proposed health care plan. However, their deadline is coming up quickly. That's on September 30th in just 10 days. After that date, they would need 60 votes, meaning they would need help from Democrats. Pass the new bill is very concerning.
The truth is McConnell has already said, who is the leader of the Senate, there's going to be a vote next week. And I can tell you there is being a lot of pressure being applied to senators to try to get them to vote for this bill, even though it may be the worst.
I've never felt better about
the worst of the four bills we've looked at now, far worse than the previous three.
Tester said this bill would kick people off of their health plan, raise rates, threaten coverage for people with a pre-existing condition, and strain the Montana Veteran Affairs. President of the Montana Hospital Association, Dick Brown, agrees with Tester, adding that this bill would jeopardize many lives that are covered today.
First of all, there is no requirement on the states, if the money comes in the block fund, there's no requirement for them to put it in coverage. So with a lot of state budgets like Montana's worrying about other areas, there may be money distributed in directions that would not support what we're trying to accomplish here with coverage.
Another major concern for Senator Tester is the caps and cuts of federal funding for Medicaid, a move he says threatens rural hospitals, nursing homes, and care for disabled children.
If you're a great big hospital and you have volume, you might be able to survive this. But if you're not, if you're like a Cut Bank or a Roundup or a Big Sandy or a Chester, and the list goes on and on and on, you're not going to have that volume. And if that charity care goes up, it's going to put you at risk of closure.
Now, Tester said he joins a bipartisan group of governors from across the country that oppose this bill, one being Montana Governor Steve Bullock. Jill, Dennis?
Thanks, Ken. Tester admits the current health care system has its flaws, and he wants to work in a bipartisan way to fix Obamacare. The town of Browning is in the process of being disbanded due to money problems. According to the Blackfeet Tribal Business Council Chairman Harry Barnes, the tribe will receive what's left of the town's assets. They'll also buy the city hall, and that money will go to pay for the other plaintiffs in the lawsuit. Blackfeet Tribe has taken over the public services that former town of Browning used to do, and Barnes says that now the town can heal as that process comes to an end.
I appreciate the tribal council's efforts in resolving this thing and putting an end to a drawn-out case that really was harmful, like I said, to the entire community, to where we can start healing, mending, and moving forward in a more positive way.
Barnes says there's about 2 or 3 months left until the city of Browning will be officially disbanded. Well, more clouds, high temps only in the 50s as we work through this week. For more, let's throw it over to Chief Meteorologist Aaron Yost for the first forecast. Aaron?
But it's oh so welcomed across western Montana, across the Treasure State, for a matter of fact. This cool and unsettled condition sort of pattern that we've seen will stay put as we close out this work week. This weekend, though, maybe a little different. First things first, Hamilton, our First Security Bank ICAM, of course, earlier today, could have been 2 minutes ago, though, dealing with some of those scattered rain showers. Few peaks of sunshine here and there today, but for the most part, mainly cloudy skies. Mountain snow, valley rain continues. Some areas even picking up accumulation on the roadways. place way up high. We're talking above 5,000 or 6,000 feet. I've got more details coming up in your full forecast.
Missoula County Public Schools are welcoming its new resource officer, Deputy Rebecca Burkett. Deputy Burkett says she gets a lot of excitement from the students who see her in the hallways of their school. The sheriff's office hopes that by having a resource officer in the hallways, they'll be able to build a better relationship with students and even with the schools themselves. Burkett will be moving between every MCPS school from preschool to high school. She says at first there were some concerns that the kids might be nervous around all of her equipment, but that hasn't been the case since she started in mid-August.
It has been such a good conversation starter of pointing at the taser, pointing at the camera. They're wondering, is the camera on? And then they'll wave at the camera and, and asking about the handcuffs, the handcuff keys. They're, like I said, they're so eager to learn and to know about all of these, I call them my go-go gadget tools.
Burkett will be getting a lighter vest soon, so that will allow her to move more freely through those hallways.
Missoula County Public Schools wellness officials say exercise keeps kids' minds sharp in class. One way to start the child's day off, well, the right step is by taking a walking school bus.
MTN's Augusta McDonald has more on how the community is helping to get kids exercise before that first bell.
Kids can forego a yellow school bus for a walking school bus.
Kids need 60 minutes of physical activity every day, and so walking to school or coming to school a little bit early and playing on the playground is an excellent way to kickstart their brains so they're ready to learn.
Along established safe routes to school, walking school buses are driven by parents and community members to safely drop kids off at the door of MCPS elementary and middle schools. In a statement, organizers say that childhood obesity is a critical health issue in Missoula County, where 23.5% of third graders are overweight or obese. The MCPS Student Wellness Coordinator says they try to keep kids as active as possible during the school day.
They get 60 minutes of physical activity during the school day, so really like walking or having morning move before school. Making sure kids are active out at recess, giving them brain breaks where they get up and maybe do a little bit of exercise throughout the day are some of the things we're trying to do to increase movement.
Ewan says biking or walking to school is a great way to help them focus in the classroom and maintain their overall health.
Even on rainy days like this one, there's still a lot of kids walking to school in the morning. If you're on your way to work, be sure to watch out for them, especially at crosswalks. Reporting in Missoula, I'm Augusta McDonald for MTN News.
And we have a link to where you can find a safe route to school in your own neighborhood. It's at our website, KPAX.com. Coming up after the break, we'll have the moving story of the two firefighters who paid the ultimate price to keep us safe this summer.
And later, palm trees are stripped, buildings destroyed in San Juan as Hurricane Maria roars through. That's all coming up on KPAX.